Hi, this is Andy Sherman, and you're listening to According to the Record with Kim Murphy on FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it. Good morning. As we move in with our beautiful Tuesday morning and our fall temperatures, we're also going to be experiencing some wonderful activity in the sky. And joining us this morning on According to the Record as our first guest is Rick Heschmeyer, and he is one of those guys that follows the stars. Rick, you are part of a club here in this area. What's that called?
The Astronomy Associates of Lawrence.
So when I wanted to know more about the eclipse and the meteor showers, I called you up, and here you are. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in October up in the heavens.
Well, the most important event this month is the eclipse of the sun. For people that live in a path from Oregon to Texas, they'll actually get to see an annular eclipse.
Now, what does that mean exactly?
So it's total eclipse is when the moon completely covers the face of the sun, and all you can see is the corona. An annular eclipse is when the moon is a little farther away from Earth, and it's not quite as large, and it only covers a portion of the sun and leaves a ring of light around the outside edge.
Is that what
so
they
it's
call
called
the ring of fire?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. But we're not going to see that here.
No, we'll just see a partial eclipse here. About 2/3 of the face of the sun will be obscured.
And that's on Saturday?
Saturday, it starts about 10:30 and ends about 1:30. Maximum eclipse will be at like 11:49.
Okay. So if the skies darken a little bit, don't worry about it too much.
Yeah, I don't think at that kind of obscuration we're going to notice any change in the color. The part of the sun that's still available to see is still bright. So
okay. So what's the best way to view it then?
Well, the best way to view it would be to come to our event at the Lawrence Public Library and look through properly filtered telescopes at the sun directly.
So what time does your event start down at the library Saturday morning?
Starts at 10:24 and it ends at about 1:20.
Do you have enough for a lot of people to show up, or do we need to get there early?
Well, it'll be progressing up until maximum eclipse, and then it'll be the reverse as the moon leaves the face of the sun. But we have plenty of telescopes and everything, so I'm not worried about a crowd. And if there's any overflow, the Physics and Astronomy Department up at KU is having an event up there on campus as well.
Oh, good. So we do have a couple of options.
Mm-hmm.
So we also we had one meteor shower. We have another one coming up.
Yes, the big meteor shower this month is the Orionids, which peaks on the 21st and 22nd. Best time to view that, like most meteor showers, is going to be after midnight, between, say, midnight and 2 o'clock or so.
And away from town.
Away from town, yes. Any light pollution will make it harder to see meteors.
Now, do you all have an event around that as well, or do you just suggest that people go out to the far side of the lake or go out in that area or somewhere away from city lights and then go out to view them themselves?
That would be my suggestion, because it happens so late or early in the morning. We don't generally have official events that coincide with the meteor showers.
And then just, as a side note, a hunter's moon, full moon on the 28th of October coming up. Will you come back in and check in with us maybe in a week or so? I want to talk a little bit more about the club and what you guys do and what some of the fun stuff to watch the heavens coming up in the next few months and over the winter time. Will you come back and join us again?
Sure.
I appreciate you. This is Rick Heschmeyer. I wanted to call him Hershmeyer. No, I wanted to put that R in there. I think it's because I was thinking chocolates, and I bet you get that a lot. But Rick Heschmeyer is here this morning, and again, the name of the organization is?
Astronomy Associates of Lawrence.
That's easy. Thanks, buddy, for being in this morning. I appreciate it
Thank
very
you.
much. Okay, it's 16 in the morning. Then we're going to turn the page, and City Commissioner Courtney Shipley and former City Commissioner Bob Moody are in, and we're going to talk Sister City fun in just a minute here on According to the Record. It's going to be a great day.
Hi, this is Bob Schulte. You're listening to Kim Murphy on According to the Record on FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Hast du etwas Zeit für mich? Singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont. Denkst du vielleicht grad an mich? Singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons, dass sowas von sowas kommt.
FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN, and we are back with our Sister City fun. And of course, I had to do that particular song. The girls that are here, the students that are here, are like, oh my gosh! Like, yeah, I know you can sing along with that. I probably can't, but somebody who could probably sing along with it is joining us on the line this morning. Courtney Shipley, you can speak German, can't you?
Yes, I can, and I do know the words to the Nana song, yes.
The reason that I have Courtney here with us this morning, before we get started talking to Bob and Philip, is that you're very supportive of Sister City and exchange student stuff. Would you mind telling us your story, your personal story about that experience?
Yeah, when I was about the same age as the young ladies there from Oitin, I went to Russia for the first time. And that was a pretty incredible experience, really life-changing when you're a young person to go to another country and see the way other people live and the ways that we're different and the ways that we're the same. And then a couple of years later, when I was in high school, I went to Germany also. So I've done a couple exchanges when I was a young person, and they're just really incredible opportunities. And it's so fantastic that Lawrence has 3 sister cities because that gives us an opportunity to have all kinds of visitors come to us.
Courtney, as we talk to you about your Sister City experience, there really wasn't a program at the time, was there, when you went the first time?
When I went to Russia, no, it was kind of a one-off exchange. There was a local choir director who had met a nice Russian woman, and they just decided to do an exchange with about 15 students. And that never became a sister city. But our other sister cities, besides Oitin, is Hiratsuka, Japan, and Inyades, Greece. So there's lots of opportunities for young people. And, of course, the Sister Cities organization does provide scholarships, which is, another good reason to belong to the Sister Cities organization so you can support young people going abroad.
So you talked about the experience that you had and how important it was. What did that do for your perspective on the world?
Well, it prompted me to learn a number of different languages. When you can communicate with someone in their own language, you really learn a lot more about them. My personal experience was it spurred me to learn Russian and German. Well, I'd already been studying German, actually. And I had also studied Japanese and Serbian, so a bunch of different languages that I've studied over the years. I think also, I get city brain. I remember the first time that I ever saw a bike lane. I was in Europe, which is, at that time completely foreign to Americans. And of course, we see them everywhere. So there's just these opportunities to see the different ways that other people solve problems or the different ways people include things. And of course, in Europe, generally, public transportation is just so fantastic that people don't need to drive as much. So that's always our goal here in Lawrence. And so I always definitely look to them, and I think back to the days when I saw my very first bike lane.
Courtney Shipley this morning, who has been a beneficiary of Sister City journeying and learning and perspectives. Thanks for joining us this morning, Courtney. I really appreciate you calling in.
Thank you so much. We'll talk later.
Okay, bye-bye. 8:22 this morning on a beautiful, bright, sunny fall day here in Douglas County. And somebody that's bright and sunny, I don't know if I call him beautiful. Call him handsome, maybe. Bob Moody's in the house. Bob, good for you to be here today. And also, and I'm going to make sure that I pronounce the name correctly, is the chaperone for our Oitin Germany students, and his name is Philip Lotze. Is that correct?
It's not too bad, yeah.
Well, say it for me.
It's the last name is tricky for Americans. It's Lose.
Loza.
Lose.
I got to get I want to instead of the Z, just the Loza. I like that. So maybe I should ask you, Philip, where are you from?
I'm from northern Germany as well. It's a smaller city next to Eutin. It's called Münster.
Okay, so you traveled here with them, or you live here and chaperone?
No. I traveled with them from Eutin, and we took off from Hamburg Airport and arrived here 2 weeks ago.
So is this your first visit?
No, it's not. I've been here in 2018. This was my first time. Then we had an unfortunate error with COVID, so we weren't able to make it. And this is now the second time after COVID that we resume our visits.
Well, what did you think when you first arrived in Lawrence, Kansas?
I've been to the US before my first time to Lawrence, Kansas, so I only knew bigger areas, New York and Chicago. So first time Lawrence was very different experience, and the first thing I think the students will agree with is the people are very different in a good way. So very many kind people that are very active, that are so helpful, trying to make everything possible for us while we're here. So this was, I think, the biggest difference for me when comparing it to other bigger cities that I've been to that are more anonymous. So, and if you hear everybody knows each other, it's a very kind community, I would say.
What prompted you to become part of this program, to journey to someplace you've never been before and experience this and be a chaperone to students?
So I knew about the exchange. We had a couple of teachers that went from our school that got here, and they shared their experience. Said it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to come here. It's also a lot of responsibility, and at first I wasn't sure whether I'm up for this. It was 5 years ago. I was a little bit younger. So they only had fantastic stories to tell, and experiencing everyday life is something else than just traveling to see sights. So really understanding the way people feel, the way things are organized here. This is something as an English teacher as well that I was very interested in, just to experience the school life, school system. You read about it, but living it, experiencing it, that's another story.
I think you bring home such an important piece of this, and that is to visit people where they live and have that perspective as much as you can. It's not a tourism kind of thing. This is real people in a real space, and you really get to see what the culture is like. I'm sure that our students that go to Eutin are feeling the same way. Bob Moody's with us this morning. Bob, this has been quite a successful program. When did you start working with the Sister City program?
Oh, my. A long time ago.
Okay. You don't have to tell me a year, but you've been doing it for a while, huh?
Yeah, our son participated in the program several years ago, and we became active in it, and then we've been to Eutin at least 3 or 4 times, and we had the opportunity to chaperone a delegation of students to Hrvatska, and so it's just, I think the term eye-opening was used earlier, and it's an amazing program.
Because this isn't really about tourism. This is about perspective and experience and getting to know the people that live and work and play there.
Exactly right. And I've seen this program change kids' lives.
How so?
Literally. Well, one of the students that went with us to Japan had an interest in Japanese culture, but he decided that he was going to get a degree in Japanese, and he did. And so, I mean, it just changed his life. I don't know what he's doing now because he's moved away from Lawrence, but the unfortunate thing is that a lot of times our students will become active in the program and then move away, and we don't get to use that
brain power and that experience, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yet they're doing good things in the world, I'm sure.
I hope.
I'm pretty sure they are. You can do this, so I really appreciate that you contacted me and the station to talk about this because I, too, think this is extraordinarily important. Better than just sending kids out there on a trip, on a tour. This is something where the kids are going to be okay because they're chaperoned and there's a program, but you also give them the opportunity. One of the young ladies talked about going out to the farms in the area and actually hit some of the places on the Car Valley Farm Tour this weekend, which is definitely not something that we just send tourists out on. And what a wonderful thing. We're going to talk to them about it in just a few minutes. But continuing forward, Bob, how can people become part of this wonderful program?
Well, we have a website, sistercitieslawrence.org, and we encourage you to look at that and become educated on our sister cities. And there are contact information on there. And one of the things that I want to stress about our program is that we homestay. If you want to learn about the culture of another country, the best thing to do is to homestay with another family, an American family. When we go to Germany, we homestay with German families. And so it's you develop lifelong relationships.
Bob Moody here on 1320 KLWN FM 1017, and I'm going to destroy this again. Philip Loza. By the time you leave here, I'll have that down. I just won't be on air anymore. I want to thank you both for coming in. We're going to turn the page, go to Fox News at the bottom of the hour, and then we're going to invite our students to come and tell us about their experience and what they think of Douglas County, Lawrence, Kansas, after they've been here. How long have these guys been here? How many days?
Almost 3 weeks.
Almost 3 weeks. That's a long way from home to be for 3 weeks. I love it. That's great. Bob, Philip, I'll be back with you in just a few minutes after we talk to the students, and we're on our way to Fox News. It's going to be a great day.
Hi, this is Andy Sherman, and you're listening to According to the Record with Kim Murphy on FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
It's sunny and cool out there.
The time turns to bitterness. A broken down heart can't drive all day, all night in the wilderness.
Right about, I'd say about 48 degrees, almost going to 50. It's not going to change bad until we get into Wednesday. Then things will be a little rainy, a little dicey coming in. So make sure you get all your outdoor stuff done today. Fox News.
Hi, this is Bob Schulte. You're listening to Kim Murphy on According to the Record on FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. That's music by Thelonious Monk. Regarded as one of the pioneers of modern jazz, he was born on this date in 1917. 1979. Wayne Gretzky was born, Canadian hockey man. I even remember growing up and hearing his name talked about and bantered about, and I didn't ever watch hockey. Great NHL star. 1973 on this date, Vice President Spiro T. Agnew resigned because he failed to report $29,000 and some change in income while governor of Maryland. See, guys, it's been going on for a while. Too bad, but it has. In 1970, Fiji gained its independence from England. 1963, the movie From Russia with Love premiered. It was the second in the James Bond series and widely regarded as one of the better ones. 1956, the movie Giant with James Dean premiered. Some famous birthdays for you. Giuseppe Verdi, the composer, was born on this date in 1813. 1969, Brett Favre, football great for the Green Bay Packers, was born on this date. 1950, Nora Roberts, the American novelist. In 1917, as I said before, Thelonious Monk. Also died on this date, Orson Welles, the great playwright, age 70 years old. Premiering on this date also in 1935 was Gershwin's Porgy and Bess. It opened on Broadway. And your positive thought for today, if you don't like the road you're on, start paving another one. Dolly Parton. Gotta love her. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about sister city students from Eutin, Germany. I'll tell you a little bit about what I've learned about Eutin. It's in the district of Eastern Holstein County. It's the northern German state of Schleswig-Holstein. Is it Holstein or Holstein? Holstein, okay. Of Holstein. And originally it was Eutin, and that was a Slavic origin. And then in about the 1100s, about mid-1100s, the Dutch settlers moved in. The town rights were granted in 1257, so it's been around for a while. Before World War II, it was part of the Prussian province. And then after World War II, it's called and they're going to tell me it's Bundesland. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm struggling today because I took
okay.
French and Hebrew and Latin, and I should have taken German, right? Eutin Castle is one of the places you might want to visit because they have an opera summerfest, and KU students participate in that summerfest. Also, they have, and I love this. You guys are going to love it. My peeps are going to love this. They have a big blues festival in Eutin. It's an annual blues festival. It's 3 days of an outdoor blues fest. They've got lots of lakes around, and they develop lots of biofuel. If you like, let's see, it's rapeseed, and it is a group of seeds that creates canola oil. They also have a lot of wind farms around the area. So it's been a little different experience for them to come and visit some of our other kinds of production and agriculture here in this area. So we're going to welcome these students right now, 8:44 this morning on a beautiful Tuesday. And Stella Moose is with us. Did I say that right, Stella?
Yeah, that was right.
Okay. And then Ida Frenzik. Is that correct?
It's Ida Frenzel.
Frenze.
Yeah, Frenzel.
Frenze. So, guys, what'd you think of Lawrence, Kansas?
Oh, well, it's been really great so far. I've been overwhelmed the whole time, and I really like the people here.
Ida, what made you decide to come over and become a part of this?
I really wanted to do an exchange since I've been like a small kid, and well, I don't know. I really wanted to see America, and I after that we are going to New York, and that's kind of a dream of mine.
To do that, yeah?
Yes.
Well, this is definitely not New York.
Yes.
But I guess you guys had some fun experiences and have met some really nice people along the way.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
definitely.
You know, we were talking about going out to the farm, and I thought, well, they're going to talk about the cows and the pigs and the chickens. But no, Stella's got a brand new screensaver on her phone.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, we've been to a farm with some of my friends, and it was like just a farm from a family, and they had dog, and there was really little cute kitties. So they told me they had 6 of them, and they only had 1 left, and I fell in love with her. She was a really cute kitty, and yeah, sadly I couldn't take her home with me. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't take her on my flight, but she was really cute, and she was really scared at the beginning, but I was holding her in my arms, and she was grabbing at my fingers. It was really cute.
So you guys really got to go out and experience the farms. And
Yeah.
what else did you see? What else have you experienced here?
Well, I've been on. We've been to the KU football game and the KU late night thing, basketball
did you go
thing.
to the fog? You went to
Yeah.
late night in the fog?
Yes,
Oh, good.
that was great.
It was really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have anything like that going on in Eutin?
Not really. I think our team is more like handball, like these clubs we have there. We don't have the clubs in school or something. We just have clubs you can participate in the afternoon, and they don't have to do anything with school. And yeah, so it was really cool to
Football's
see.
a little different over here, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
And-
what'd you think?
Oh, great. I still don't understand the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't have big stadiums.
Stadiums, that's right.
Yeah. It's in the bigger cities, and we don't have that in Eutin.
You guys
Yeah.
speak great English. Where'd you learn?
Thank you. We learned it since 3rd grade, so quite a time.
and I think our English teacher is really good.
Was that an elective, or was it something that you
No,
had
we
to
have
do?
to
Oh,
do
you
it,
have to
yeah.
learn English, or you just another language?
No, we have to learn English.
Like we
Yeah.
have to learn math.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish our kids had to learn another language. What other, do you speak other languages besides English?
I have French lessons, but I'm not really good at it.
Okay.
And you could also choose Spanish in our school.
Yeah, I had Spanish and I gave up.
Well, I'm glad that you decided to speak English so that you could come and be with us today. I'm sure that made your experience really happening because you could actually communicate. You know, the American English is quite different than the English. I guess you figured that out. We have a lot of
Yeah.
slang. And sometimes people tell me that American English is harder to learn because we have so many double meanings and we have words that like dessert and desert and things like that that look like each other.
Yeah.
I won't belabor the point, but I was very impressed at your knowledge of the language and your ability to communicate. So you guys went out to the farms, and did you do anything in downtown Lawrence? Did you go to any stores here?
Yeah, we've been downtown quite a time. And all the shops there are really cute. Like, we don't have that many shops to go shopping in Eutin. We had, like, a big shopping center, but it closed, like, 2 years ago. Yeah.
So what do you
Yeah,
guys
it's-
do on an afternoon in Eutin? On a Saturday? I mean, we go shopping.
Oh, I don't really live in Eutin, so
But where do you live?
I live in a small village near Eutin.
So what do you do? And so are your parents agriculture based, or do they work jobs? What goes on in your home?
Oh, they work jobs. My mom works in a
Psychiatric?
yes.
Okay.
And
That's
my
a
dad,
tough word. That's
yes,
even for
it
us.
is. And my dad fixes computers.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So are they excited that you came?
Yeah, they are. I think my mom cried a bit when I left, but yeah, they are.
She was worried about about her girl, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe, but she was really happy for me. They both support me in everything. That's so sweet.
Stella, what about your parents? And do you live in Eutin?
No, I don't live in Eutin.
Okay, where do you live?
In Seekamp. It's a little village, like 20 minutes away from Eutin. And, yeah, so it's like a really, really small village.
What do your mom and dad do?
My mom is a worker at Dräger. It's a big company who builds, like, medical devices.
Okay.
And my father's building houses.
So when you guys talk about living in small villages, do your parents commute then outside of the village, or do they work there in the village? Because when I think of small village,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of places that don't have big companies where people can work.
Yeah.
So you need to help me understand that.
Yeah, so my father has, like, his own bus. So he works at the company, like, 10 minutes away from us.
Okay.
And he just drives to his working places.
Okay.
And my mom works in Lübeck. It's a big city, like, half an hour away from Eutin.
Okay. So there's some commuting going on. What about yours?
Yeah, well, in Germany everything is pretty close together. So that's the thing that's different here. Everything is so far away, and here you can just sit down in the car and drive 20 minutes to the next bigger city, and
Okay.
that's. I think my mom drives to a workplace. I think 5 minutes or something.
Did you guys know each other before this happened?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So was this kind of a buddy system where the two of you got together and said, hey, let's go to America?
Well, I think I know all of my friends who went from our school in this program. So we were in a class together, 5th and 6th grade. Then we got in other classes. But the friends who came with us, the one from my school, I know all of them. They were all my friends. And through this whole program, we got a really good connection with the one from the other schools. So we're like a big friendship group now.
So it's really interesting to me. You guys are in different villages, right?
Yeah.
But you have gone to the same school or gone to school together?
Yes.
So where's the school located?
In Eutin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys you ride the bus to go to school, so you're not too far away from
Yeah.
Eutin. Okay.
Yes.
So would you call Eutin the place where the kids gather? Do you guys go? What do you guys do when you want to go out and have some fun as teenagers?
Well, I I think we just meet up, sit down in the lake park, and talk. Maybe play volleyball.
Yeah.
And yeah,
We have a big park out there. Also some sport places. And I think when we go shopping or something, we go to Lübeck or Kiel. Yeah, it's not that far away.
Did you find anything fun here shopping? Did you guys find anything that you like?
Yeah, you have the best thrift stores. I like
Yeah.
that the stores are, it's like smaller stores. We only have, or mostly, we only have brands. And
Big stores?
yes.
Yeah. But you guys went thrift shopping, so you found some.
Yeah.
Oh, so you found
Yeah.
some deals,
Yes.
girls. Good job. So you are taking some stuff back with you then.
Yeah.
Too much stuff.
We
Yes.
still have to figure out how all of this pots packs in our bags. But yeah, I think we
Girl,
just
it's
put
never
on
too much.
put on all the things on our flight, and then we don't have to pack it in our luggage.
So how would you compare downtown Lawrence to anywhere that you visit in Germany? What did you think of downtown?
It's just prettier. I like the small places. I like the vibe there. It's different. It's not.
Yeah.
We don't have that in our teen, sadly.
Like every shop has its own aesthetic, and there are way more different shops here than in Lübeck, for example.
So maybe you ought to go back to Oiteen and you open your own shop and start setting that trend up, right?
Yeah, Stella, we should do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm just planting the seed, girls. What would you like us to learn from you all? And what is there anything that you would like to see us do more of here in America, or at least in Lawrence, Kansas? Because we're pretty receptive to stuff, to new stuff.
You should definitely create more awareness of this exchange program. You do that right now, but that's just a crazy thing. I've been learning so far and met so great people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the thing
and-
is, there were only 6 American people who went to Germany. So most of the people here told us they didn't even know of this exchange. So it would be really cool to make some advertisement around the school so that more people get to know of the exchange.
We have with us today, not exactly from Oiteen, Germany, but close enough because that's where they go to school. And I want you to say your name so that I don't. Stella, your last name?
Moose.
Moose. And Ida, your last name?
Frenzel.
Thank you, girls, for coming over and visiting us and for being part of this exchange. I know that you're going to spread the good word. I know you're going to go out and tell other kids to do the same thing. So I want to say thank you for coming in, and thanks for talking to me on the radio. What fun.
Thank you for having us here.
Thank you for having us.
854 FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it. We're on our way to Fox News at the top of the hour. Beautiful day outside. It's going to be a great day.